All right. Hi, good evening, everyone. Hope you are doing well. Are you guys ready for today's session? Yes, no? Everyone in the chat. If you are ready, just write ready in the chat. Yes, how many of you are ready? Just let me see. If you are ready, just write R in the chat. Let's see how many of them are ready right now. All right. Yes. Hi. All right. Cool. So we'll be starting the session. So how many of you have already completed? We'll go with the first question right now. Okay, ready. Okay, very good. All right. So what we'll do is right now, before starting the session, we'll do a quick brush up of yesterday's session, right? We'll do a quick brush up, like what we'll do a recap kind of thing. So we'll be running a pool right now. What I want is right now we'll be sending questions one by one. You have a five set of questions. So let's see how many of you have attentively learned something yesterday, and let's see how many of you can get your questions right. So right answer will be uh, like I'll be telling you the right answer after the session, but let's see how many of you can guess it right. Let's see. So let's go with the question number one. uh, yeah. Hi. Can you share the question one? Yes, the question one is right now in the screen. So, which built-in module let us access and manipulate files? Let's see how many of you can answer this correctly. All right, the question is there in the poll. Okay, let's see. 93% right now. I can see FS 7%. Okay. Okay, everyone. I just want everyone to be a part of this poll. Yes, cool. Just quickly, you have 5 more seconds. One, two, three, four, and five. So we'll be going with the question number two. Are you guys ready for question number two? Yes, if ready, just write ready in the chat. Everyone, ready for question number two? Ready two. Okay, just write ready and two in the chat if you guys are ready. All right, I can see 67% is FS. Okay, so right now question two will go live in the chat. Cool. 43 people has answered it. Okay, very good. So let's go with question number two quickly, and it will be there on the screen. All right, ready to, yes, it is coming shortly, no need to worry about it. All right, so while it is coming up, does anyone have any doubt regarding the previous sessions? So how many of you found out the session was cool, everything was, you are able to understand easily and all? Yes, easy. Yesterday session easy or exciting? Yeah, question two is coming up. Just be there. Till then, if you have any doubt, you can just ask me right now regarding the previous session. Chill. Okay, cool. Okay, yeah. The question two is right there. I want everyone to answer right now. Let's see how many of them can answer it correctly. So, what is the main difference between the JavaScript and Node.js? We have covered this topic in the previous session. So, what is the difference? The option one is in server, JS browser, Node server, JS browser, JS is a browser. Option two, Node.js can access more libraries and module, or both A and B, or option D, they are the same. Okay, I can see we got option A 53%, option C 43%. Let's see how many of you can answer correctly. Answers will be there live after the end of the session. I'll be discussing with you all the answers. Okay, it's new to you and you feel pretty clear. Okay, very good, cool. All right, if you find it difficult, you can just write difficult in the chat. Okay, I'll be helping you, no issues. Okay, we'll go with the question three in few seconds. So question three will be there right now in the screen, and let's see how many of you can answer correctly. Okay, so 50% has answered that Node runs on server, JS on browser. 44% has answered both A and B. Okay, no issues. So let's go. We'll be going right now. Are you ready for question three? Yes, ready three in the chat. Yes, let's see how many of you are ready for question number three. R3 in the chat, everyone, if you're ready for question number three. All right. Ready. Very good. Okay, I can see R3. Okay, cool. Yes, R3. Very good. Yes, question three will is coming up right now on your screen in few seconds. Okay, cool. Many of you are excited. That's interesting. Okay. All right. So, yes. Does anyone remember? Yes, I have given you an assignment. How many of you have already done? Just write done in the chat. You have completed the assignment. Or how many of you have still doubts? You can just write DT in the chat. If done, DN in the chat. Okay. Yeah. The next question is already there on the screen. Which is not a key advantage of Node.js? Yes. Not a key advantages. Let's see how many. Yes. Okay. Very good. All right. Most of them, few of them has done. Let's see. Dhruvi has done. Mona has done. Fun Entertainment's done. Basumati has done the assignment. Amit, very good. Just have a clap emojis for those who have done. So, if you have done, have you submitted those assignment? Right? Do submit the assignment in the Amit has done, Sneha has done. Very good, guys. Okay, so I think we are left with one more question. No, I think we are, yes, left with, or are we done? No, we are done with all the questions. All right, thank you everyone for participating. Okay, Arpit Sumit has done. Very good, guys. Okay, so let's quickly start with the today's session. So, what we have today, where to submit? You can submit in the this your portal only. Okay, under the assign after the assignment submission, sorry, attendance, there is uh, a link. Okay, there is a link for assignment submission. See, you have the link. The link is shared with you. Okay, thank you for sharing the link. All right, the assignment link is already shared in the chat, guys. You can go. Those who haven't submitted, no, you stay right there. After the class, you will be submitting. Okay, so let's start the topic right now. So what we'll be doing today? So today we'll be learning about error handling in Node.js, and we'll be learning about try and catch. Okay, few people were asking questions about event loop and the non-blocking code. Okay, so I will tell you that what is the event loop and what is a non-blocking code. So you had doubt, I told you that I'll be telling you today. So today is the day. Again, what we'll be doing is we'll be learning about what is a callback function. Okay, so then I'll be telling you about the file system operation. So here we'll learn today, we'll read about how to read a file and how to write to a particular file. Okay, we'll work with directories, how to create, read and remove directories. Okay, that thing also we'll be doing. So today few of the cool exciting stuff we'll be doing right now. It's more of a coding. Initial is a bit of theoretical, and stay till the end, because at the end we'll be building a simple command line tool. Okay, which will accept the command line argument. Okay, and we'll do some kind of basic utility app. I'll just give you a glimpse of the code. You need to complete it. Okay, so basic utility like YouTube chat, kind of some basic demonstration of YouTube chat app or something like this. So all those things, exciting stuff, will be covering today. So ready? Are you excited? So I'm just sharing the topics right now on the screen. Just give me a minute. Let me share what we'll be doing right now in today's session. Okay. Let me create a file. Okay, I haven't shared the screen. Just give me a minute. All right, the screen is visible now, everyone. If visible, just write V in the chat. Okay. All right, just write V in the chat if visible. All right, so let me start with the session. So I need to create a file. Which one among this icon I need to click? The first one or the second one? If first, just write first. If second, just write second in the chat. Which one I need to click to create a new file for today's session? Okay. All right, very good. We'll go with the first. All right, and let's give it a name like topics.txt. All right, and these are the topics we'll be covering today. We'll understand about the asynchronous operations, the event loop, and the non-blocking code. We'll learn about the callback function, file system operations, and here at the end we'll build a basic utility tool. All right, so let's start. Let's start with the first. Error.js. So yesterday, yeah, we have left at like we were left with one more topic from the yesterday session, which will also be covering today. So the topic was let me check. I also need to check. Yeah, the topic was handling. Okay, error handling. Okay, error handling using the try catch and error first callback. Okay, so let's move to that particular topic. Okay, so can anyone write in the chat how to write the try and catch block? Can anyone tell me in the chat? I think I have shared a demonstration yesterday. I guess so. No. Try catch block, how it's written. Okay, very good. All right, so let's start with that. Those who are new, no need to worry because I'll be telling you this. So, mm, what we can do is, okay, I'll be writing you the code, and what you guys need to do is you guys need to tell me where the error is. Okay, so let's start with the following code. Just give me a minute. Sorry for that. Yeah. All right. So let's start with the error handling in Node.js. Okay. All right. So as we know, like you cannot skip error. Okay, the errors are inevitable in the course. Okay, just like it can arise anywhere between the code, just like any plot twist in a movie. Okay, just like that, error can arise. So but it can be resolved with proper error handling. So let's try one of the form, that is try catch. Okay, that is try catch. Okay, just give me a minute. Okay, try catch block, which is used to handle error in those applications. Okay, so just imagine. Let me show you how the syntax is. Try. Okay, here we write the code that might there is a chance to throw an error. Okay, here we write a block of code where there is a chance that will throw an error, and then we write a catch block. Okay, we write a catch block with the error. So if the error arises, here it will catch the error. Okay, this try block will catch the error and handle the error. Okay, so this is what exactly is it in simple language. Is it clear? So basically, the try wraps the error prone codes. Okay, this block wrap the error prone code codes, and the catch block here, right here, what you can say is, if any error occurs, it is caught right here and stored in this error variable. Okay, if any error is there, it is caught right here and stored in the error variable, and it is handled in this particular block. So then you can then log this particular error and display the error message right there. Okay, and handle the error efficiently in case you get any kind of error. All right, clear? Try about catch, try catch block. Any questions right now? Till now, do you have any questions? Yes, no? YN in the chat. Okay. If not, uh let me do. Okay, no doubts. Okay. Just give me a minute. Let me fix one thing. All right. Why it's not working? Just give me a minute. Yeah. So I will be. So yesterday we had written a code. Okay, if you guys remember, for reading a file. Let's see where is the code. The reading text, I guess. Yes. So here we have written in this format. So let's do this and write it more efficiently right here. Okay. So how to write it? Let's see. Let me first. So this was the yesterday's code. Okay. So can you tell me? Let me change few things. TOPIC. Okay. Can you tell me how to fix this particular code and how to rewrite it using the try catch block? Within the try catch block, yes. Yes, what changes we need to do? If else replace with catch. Okay, so all right, few things we can do. Yes, very good. Yes, read file is there. So what I will do is, here I will rewrite this in the try catch format. Okay, so let's do it. But one more thing, I think we need to complete it. Just give me a minute. I think one more thing we need to. Just give me a minute. System got stuck. Yes. So where we need to write try and here try ch, but let me swap the position. Is it gonna work? Yes. So here it will try the code and there is a chance of this throwing an error. Okay, because there might be a chance this file might be missing. There might be a chance uh, like this file there is nothing in there, or the file name is missing. So if there is an error, it will console.log the error for us. Okay, so this is what it is. So semicolon, if you want, you can put, or no issues. And let's see. So is the code error free? How many say error free? Just write error free. Yes. How many of you say this code is error free? Let's try it out. Save it. And how to run this particular code? Does anyone can anyone tell me how to run this particular code? What I need to write right here to run the particular program? Yes, in the chat. Yes, very good. Node and the file name is try and it says undefined. Yes. Why? Can anyone tell me why this is undefined? Can anyone tell me? Okay, JS is missing. So if I write JS, will it fix this? No. Then where is it? Where is the error? Okay, it's there. Just take a screenshot of this and at the end of the class, tell me where is the error. And this is the assignment for you. Okay, topics.txt. Okay, very good. Yes, very good. Yes, I got answers. Will writing topics.txt fix this? Yes. So this is what we need to. So now, will it work? How many says? Yes. So what do you learn today? So error handling is not done, but we need to fix this code. But yes, this undefined error we can make it more customized. Okay. But this is how the syntax it is. So basically, why this issue was happening? Okay. The issue is uh, what we did is we wrote the wrong file name. So that's why this is not working. If I write here console.error.error, also this again, and it will also show this undefined. So I'll tell you how to work it with a more efficient way. Okay, we'll discuss that. But this is how the try and catch block works. Okay, this is how the try and catch block work, and error is handled within this try and catch block. So I will come up with one more example. Uh, let's see. Just give me a minute. Let's it is not showing. Yeah, I got disconnected, I guess. All right. Sorry for the delay. I got some stock in my system. Yeah. All right. So let's start with the topic. Yeah. And here, and this is okay. So since we are learning try and catch block, this is just for the demonstration purpose of try and catch block. There is more efficient way of this. which you will be learning further. Okay, but this is one of the way of handling. You can try with promises. What you can do is today is go and learn about the promises. Okay, you can learn about what is promises, and you can rewrite the code how to use promises to handle error. Okay, yeah, the assignment will be, you need to rewrite the code. Okay, you learn about promises, how to use promises to handle the try like error, and what you can do is you can rewrite it. Okay, so one more efficient way of writing, this way you can write it, or there is one more way is, let me comment it all down. Okay, or this way you can fix this. Okay, either way. Okay, okay, so there is one more thing you need to read. You can see here we have used fs file system, but here we have used read file sync. Okay, but there, here we have used in the following code is read file. Okay, two things, two differences is there, but here we are following the UTF standards and all, everything is there. But is there any kind of differences between two, read file and read file sync? Can anyone tell me difference? If differences, write difference. If similar, write similar. Let's see how many of you can answer this. If difference, write difference. If similar, write similar. Screen is frozen. Sorry. Sorry for that. Okay. Is the screen still frozen, or it is working? Just right now different. Okay. Screen is visible. Okay, perfect. All right. Thanks for informing. Okay. So few have written differences. Yes. Screen is visible at my end. I guess you need to just what you need to do is just click on the live in the video. Just click on the live part, and it will start. Okay. There were some technical issues. Okay, so both the read file, okay, the what you say is the read file and the read file sync, what you are seeing right now. Okay, this fs.read file. Okay, this is mostly sometimes you get asked about this. What difference are the read file and the read file sync, same or different? No, they both are different. Okay, basically these are used to read file, these two. Okay, the main purpose of two is to read file. Okay, the read file and the read file sync, okay, both are used to read file, but there is a significant difference on the approach how they basically read the file. Okay, and this also impact on your application. Okay, so let's understand in context of synchronous and asynchronous, since asynchronous is a next topic. Okay, so that's why I am telling you about both the stuff. Okay, fs.read file sync, which I have written right now, is a synchronous operation. Okay, so what it will do, just understand it. It will block the event loop. Okay, this read.file sync, what it will do is this read.file sync, it will block the event loop, the event that is going on. It will block the event loop. What is the meaning of it? Why it is blocking the event loop? And what is the event loop? Meaning that our code execution, the code that is get executed, that will pause, that will stop until the complete file is read. Okay, the code which is executed or is paused until we have read the complete file. And that, and what is the demerit of it? The whole program or application becomes unresponsive until the file reading is done. Okay, and in case if we get access to the large file, this is the worst case scenario. Okay, because it is synchronous, it will, the next step will execute unless and until its previous step is completed. So that's why this is read file sync and this is a synchronous operations. So if you are clear about synchronous operation, can you write uh, SO in the chat? Yes, SO in the chat. All right, SO in the chat. Is it not visible? The screen is stuck because screen froze. Why? Right now it's fine with my end. Okay, is it still stuck or still it's working? I don't know why it is getting stuck. Let me rejoin it. Okay, just give me a moment. Let me rejoin the stuff. Is it all right? Is it all right now? Sorry. Yeah. All right. All right. Sorry. Sorry. I got connected with in, through a different Wi-Fi connection. So yeah. So it's issues. I think now everything is all right. Okay. I'm explaining again. All right. So read file sync. Fs.read file sync. What is that? It is a synchronous operations. Okay. So what is a synchronous operation? The whole code get blocked. Okay. The code get blocked. All right. The code get blocked until and unless the whole file you are reading right now is done. So here in this particular case, until and unless the topic.txt file is read completely, this code stuck right here and it will not move to the next part. So this is why this is one of the demerit of read file sync. Okay, this is one of the demerit of read file sync. And if you have a bigger code, it is a very no note for that. So here comes to play is the read file. So fs.read file. So this is a asynchronous operations. So what does it means? It doesn't block the whole event loop. Okay, and it allows the code to continue while the file is reading. So your file will be reading, and in between that, few of the stops are also being like rendered in your screen. So let's see. Well, so this is a asynchronous and synchronous, and this part of the code is, what is it? Let me, let's test few of the stuff. Console data and post that. What we can do is I am a block. This file is very small, but I am block to save. So this file is very small. So in case you have a bigger file, so this will be represent like we got a printout of, sorry, you'll see this first and you'll see the rest second. Okay, clear right now? If it is clear, just write clear in the chat. Is it clear? Are you able to understand? Yes, clear right now. Yes, I want everyone to be active in the chat, guys. Is it clear right now about the synchronous? Okay. All right. In case you have doubt, we'll still continue, but let's move to the very next topic, that is a synchronous programming and building with Node.js. Okay. So let's move to that particular topic quickly. So right now you have an idea of synchronous and asynchronous. So I think there will not be an issue right now, but let's take a few example right now. I will take a real life example, but I need to tell you the theory, okay? Right now. All right. So here let's learn about the following topic. We'll understand the asynchronous operation and I will tell the event loop. I've already told, I'll just quickly go through this particular topic, that is the asynchronous operation, and I'll explain the event loop and non-blocking code. Okay, so basically you know the synchronous struggle. Okay, in this traditional programming, think of very traditional programming. It's like a very slow kind of dance where each instruction execute one after another. Like if you are in a line for a solo turn, then it's very tedious. Like you have to wait for one need to complete, one step need to complete it, then you need to do the second step, then you need to third step. So this is a very host case for a bigger program or for a production level code, because if you have a very bigger code in between, this will make you stop for the rest program to run and your application might get it, there is a chance of getting stuck. But there are few use cases where synchronous programming are also essentials. We'll also go through this particular part. Okay, so let's understand in this what are the what key players. Okay, what are the key players in uh, in the asynchronous thing. Okay, so what are the key players? One topic you need to know about is in this, the main thing is non-blocking operation. Many of you had doubt on this. Okay, so what is a non-blocking operation? So in the non-blocking operation, what it is, these operations, like you might see some kind of network request, the starting of network request, okay, and all stuff. These operations start, but they don't block the code execution. So one non-blocking operation means this operations or any kind of code instructions, they start, they run, but they don't block the code execution for a longer time. Okay, it's like what you are doing is, you it's like starting a solo dance, and you do not have to wait for other to finish so that you can start for so that the other one can dance. Okay, it's just like solo dancing, and you do your all your moves without waiting for it to finish. The next thing we will be learning is the event loop. Okay, think this of event loop as a music director. Imagine this event loop as a music director who keep track of everything happening in your dance, or particular in this code, who keep tracks of everything that is happening in your code, and it monitors the non-blocking code. Okay, this monitor the non-blocking operation. The event loop monitors this non-blocking operations and all the pending tasks. What are the pending tasks and all? It keeps track of everything what is happening one by one. Okay, clear event loop. Just write CEL. Okay, clear event loop. Just write clear event loop in the chat. Okay, all right. Clear. Very good. I want everyone to be active. Those who have, like by mistakenly, if your friends got disconnected, you can just ask them right now. Sorry if there was some internet issues. Yeah. Then let's move to the next topic, that are callbacks. Okay. Next callback. So So imagine there is an individual dancer in a contest, and they are waiting for their cue. Like when their cue will come in this group dance, so that they can dance. So in basically in this particular context, when a non-blocking operation finishes, okay, so when a non-blocking operation finishes, okay, it triggers a callback function. It triggers a callback function by how? By notifying the event loop. Okay, think this of a like music director calling your dancer's name for their solo dance. Okay, something that is like a callback. And the next thing is you need to know about queuing. So here all the callbacks, okay, all the callbacks are put in the queue. So while we write the code now, all of this will be cleared. Okay, while the call here, all the callbacks are put in a queue and waiting for one to be waiting for their turn to be executed in this event loop. Okay, this is called as queuing. So let's take a real life example where you can understand this. So here I'll be taking a real life example, and I'll be telling you uh, the differences. Let's take an example of a restaurant app. Okay. If this is not clear, let me take an example of restaurant application. And here I will be telling you in context of synchronous and asynchronous flow. Okay, let's learn about this synchronous and asynchronous flow. So in this, okay, clear. Yeah, yeah, I'm coming to this particular part. So here, what I'll be telling you. Let's understand this synchronous and let's say let's start with the synchronous flow. Okay, in this synchronous workflow. Okay, sorry. In this synchronous workflow, what will happen? The first step is the customer place an order. Okay. In the second part, what happen is the app then do the following: wait for the order to be completed. Okay. So this is waiting for order to be complete. So what it is doing, it is blocking the system. Okay, in this particular case it is blocking the system right now for us. Then after the here the server or the food is after here the kitchen is the server. Okay, in this particular case, so after the food is prepared, the next step you can see the follow the chronology. Okay, then the app receives the completed order and then updates the UI. Okay, updates the UI for the customer A, B, C, or XYZ, who is the customer. Okay, like your order is completed and all the status. So this you can see. Then what happens after the whole process is completed? Then only a new customer B place an order. So follow this. So this is a synchronous workflow. Okay, this is a synchronous workflow, and this is how the synchronous workflow. Then what happens in this particular case? The app waits for the customer A order or the customer XYZ order to finish, okay, before taking customer B order. Okay, so this, and again, this is also a blocking sin right now. Again, the code is getting stuck, the programming is getting stuck. So this is this, and the last part, this process, the whole scenario what you are seeing right now repeats for each customer. All right, customer. So let's see, this is what a synchronous workflow is. And this is not a very efficient use case for our, if you write the basic Java, then this is not the perfect use case scenario for our problem, best case scenario for our problem. So here in this, we need more faster and a scalable. This synchronous workflow, it's very slow and inefficient. But here we will, for this particular project, what we'll do, we'll follow a very fast and scalable. So I am writing here the algorithm. You can consider this as your algo for building your projects, like, or the flow map for all the process that is working on. All right. So is it clear about the synchronous part? If clear, just write yes in the chat. Those who are facing, I think the screen is clear, my at my end and others end. Just try to increase the quality, because I can see the screen is clear at my secondary device. Anyone who is facing difficulty in the screen, anyone who is facing difficulty with the screen? Yes, anyone? No? Yes, no? All right, just let me know in the chat, it will be better. All right, in the asynchronous, first step is customer A places an order. Then the second step is the app sends the order to the kitchen. After placing, it sends the order to the kitchen in the second step. And this is a non-blocking thing. It is not blocking anything. The order receipt is directly sent to the kitchen while the food is being prepared. Okay? While the food is getting prepared, then the app can also take orders. Okay, the app can also take orders, other orders. So you need to write a program on this, okay, as an assignment. So customer, it can take orders from any customer, okay. It can take orders from customer A, customer B, customer C, okay. C, let me write customer B, comma C, any it is C, okay. Then the comes the fourth part, okay. The event, here comes the, in this asynchronous programming, I was telling you about the event loop, okay. We were discussing about the event loop, okay. So here, understand where the event loop comes in. Okay, I think most of you were asking question about event loop now. So here, the event loop, okay, the event loop, what it will do, it will track the status of each order. It will track the starter of each order, okay. Order of A, order of customer B, customer C. So then when the, you can say customer A's order is ready, then what it will do, okay, see, then it will trigger, okay, it will trigger something. Here what it will trigger, I was told event loop, I was talking about event loop will trigger a callback. So here in this case, when the customer A's order is ready, okay, when the customer A's order is ready, it will trigger a callback, okay. And what this callback is about, and what this callback will do, this callback is there to update the app, and what it will do, notify the customer about the status. Okay, this will update the app. This callback will, once the A's order is ready, it will update the app and notify the customer. Similarly, what happens, the app continues the same case, handling the others orders too. So this way we are not getting, and callbacks also. In this way we are not getting stuck. We are taking the orders concurrently and we are giving them the response. We are updating the whole flow in our case. Okay, so this is the efficient flow. Okay, allows us to handle the app. Okay, now I think everything is clear. If it is clear, just write clear in the chat simultaneously. Okay, and without blocking. Now I think the asynchronous thing is clearly set in your mind. So what is the key differences? Synchronous, the app need to wait for one task to complete before the other work starts. In asynchronous, the app initiates the task and moves on, allowing the other tasks to run simultaneously too, concurrently. Multiple tasks can run concurrently in the asynchronous programming. Okay, and the event loop, it manages the asynchronous task, all the tasks like taking order of A, order of B, order of C. All the customer orders are handled by the event loop. It acts as a tracker. Okay, yeah, event loop manages and it act as a manager and coordinator, okay, of all the order. Okay, and then there comes the callback. Okay, which is triggered right here. This function is triggered when the non-blocking operation, this non-blocking operation is the order is finished. It calls the callback and updates the system and handles everything. So I think this part is clear. Yes, clear. You can update the assignment in the GitHub and share the link. Yeah, I will do the word wrap thing. Okay, update this in. All right. Thank you. So then let's move to the benefits and then I will show you a code. Okay. Then we'll move. Okay. What is the benefit of asynchronous programming? This question you might get in the interviews. Okay. So that's why I'm taking time. So make a note of it. What are the benefits of asynchronous programming? What is an event loop? Okay. What is a callback? What is an event loop? What is non-blocking operation? Basically, in the technical round, these are the interview questions. That's why I'm giving you a complete example so that it gets feed in your mind, and you don't need to remember it. Just understand the scenario and from that you can frame your own definitions and write it. Okay, yeah, something like that. So all right, so benefits, one benefit is scalability. Okay, it handles, because why it is scalable, it handles more concurrent request efficiently. Second is responsiveness. It maintains, why, because it maintains a smooth user experience during the input and output of operations. You input a order, get the output of the order status or your whole menu, and during that it gives a good user experience, responsiveness, without getting our app stuck. And third is efficiency. Okay, it is much more efficient. No time is efficient, like no time is wasted because of the blocking operations of the synchronous flow. All right. So this is what about your benefits of asynchronous programming. So we will come about the challenges also. So is it clear till now? If it is clear, just write clear asynchronous programming. Yes. We have also callback function. Okay. Let me also tell you that. Okay. What we will do is, let me move. Okay, writing. Let me tell you one more topic. Okay, which is also very important for you right now. I think about the callback function. Let me tell you one more example. Okay, so for the callback function, and after that, it will be very clear for you guys to understand. Okay, so for that, what I'll be doing is, let's tell you one. Let's understand about writing. Uh, how to write efficiently a callback function, okay, in a asynchronous code. So let's move to this particular topic. Okay, so we will write a code right now on this, writing and using function, callback functions. Okay, so let's start with this. You know the synchronous struggle. Okay, so what is the anatomy of a basic callback function? There is an anatomy. So let me tell you what is that. So there is an anatomy, that is you pass an a few anatomies. There are that is passed an argument. You send the callback function along with the actual task. Let's say it's a network request or any kind of thing. Then it is executed later when the task is finished. Because in this particular case, let's take the example of the restaurant ordering app. Okay, it is executed once your order is finished, and that is executed later, and your code within. So let's take a few example. Mm, let's take an example of, I will share a snippet because we have less time left. Okay, so let me share a code snippet. So here, mm, let's fetch the weather condition. Okay, I will write a code which will fetch the. Let me create a new file for this. .js. Okay. Here, what we are doing is, or let's take one more example. Mm, what example you need? Let's take the previous example, or it will be fine with this. If you're fine with this, then we'll go with this also. All right. So here, let me explain you the code in details. So let's go with the first line. All right. So here, why it is, yeah. We have a function that is named as getWeather with two arguments, that is city, and here we have the callback right here, and the callback is getting called exactly right here. So let me tell you what exactly. Let me explain you this line by line. So the callback function take two arguments right here, that is the error and the null. Okay, if the request was successful, okay, if the request is successful, okay, it takes two argument, that is null right here. So this will be null if the request is successful. Okay, the data which you are requesting. Sorry guys, there. Okay, and I think. Okay, now all right. Function role console renewals. Yes, yes. So there is a condition for writing async functions. Clear screen, print, clear screen. All right. All right. The callback function take two argument. Okay. This will be the error will be null if the request what you have sent here we are sending the request. Okay. If that is successful, the this will be null. Or if any kind of error is got, the error is get caught by here. Okay, inside the callback code, the code checks for an error. If there is any kind of error is there, then there is an error that logs to the console using console using. So here get weather. Okay, if there is an error, okay, it logs it to the console, that is error with the error code, or else the it says the weather in London is the weather data that it has received right here. Is it understandable what is happening or still not? This part, are you able to understand this part of the code? This is the fetch URL. Okay, this line uses the, so what, let me explain you, those who are unable to explain. So here the first line, this line instruct. Okay, uh, let me go with the very start. The function, this defines the function that is named as getWeather. Okay, that takes two argument, that is city and the callback. Okay, that is city is the name of the city of which you want to retrieve the weather data. Okay, then you have a callback right here. Callback is the function, okay, that will be called later, not right now, that will be called later with the result of the weather request. What weather request you have done, accordingly the callback will be generated. Okay, so it serves as a handle both the successful scenario and the error cases. These callbacks handle both the successful scenario and the error. So those who are new, for them only I am explaining it line by line so that they won't get confused right now. Okay, and then what exactly, if you have any doubt in the code, you can just ask me in the chat, but let me explain you. And then we have the fetch URL. Okay, in the fetch URL, what is happening, you have the const URL and the URL. So this line constructs the URL. This is the URL of the open weather map API. This is the open weather map API URL link. So basically what this uh, for now, for this particular case, it will dynamically insert the provided city. So which city you will write here, let's write London. So it will search for the London weather and show us right here according to this city parameter that you are using right here. So then we have the fetch URL. Okay, this line, this fetch URL line, this line uses the fetch API. So right now we are using the fetch API, the inbuilt API, to initiate the network request. Okay, to initiate the network request right here in the following URL. So the fetch returns, this time it returns a promise object representing the ongoing request. So it returns a promise. Okay, so try catch, and I was telling you about the promise. Okay, so it will head over to the promise object representing the ongoing request. So then let's see how the promises are handled. So let me tell you how the fetch part is clear. It initiate the fetch API initiate a network request to the following URL. So here it will send a network request to the following URL, right? So then comes the handling the promises, this important part. Okay, so here we have then response, this response.json. Okay, so basically the arrow function is there, the response.json, the first then. Okay, the first then callback. So this first then callback is executed when the initial we are sending a network request to this following URL to get to fetch the we are sending a network request to this following URL. Why? To get the weather details from the following link. You send a request, they will send you the response like this is the weather of this particular city. The city is of this temperature. So basically, the first then callback is executed, okay, when the initial network request resolves successfully. If this resolved successfully without an error, we got the actual weather data along with this city name and the weather data, then this resolved successfully. It will receive a response object. Okay, once it is executed successfully, it will receive a response object which contains the raw data from the API. Okay, which contains the raw data from the API. Then it further calls response.json. Okay, it further calls response.json to parse the data, to parse the JSON formatted data. So you get the response in a JSON formatted data, and by writing response.json, what we are doing, we are parsing the JSON formatted data. Is it clear till now? Till now, is it clear? Any doubt, or still you have doubt? So because these concepts are new, so that's why I am explaining the code line by line. Okay, is the fetch part clear and the first then response JSON part clear? Shall I move to the next part? Yes, no, or if it is complicated, just write complicated. If it is clear, just write clear. Yes, I want everyone in the chat to respond. All right. All right, let's move to the next part. That is next part of the code. Okay, clear. Okay, clear. Okay, let's move to the next part. Good explanations. Okay, all right. All right, so then let's move to the, thank you. So let's move to the next part, that is then data part. Then data part. Okay, this second then, what does the second then does? The second then callback. Okay, this is the second then callback that will receive the passed. Here the JSON data is passed. You receive the data in a JSON format. In a JSON format, this data will be passed right here. Okay, this data will be passed right here, and it calls a callback right here. You can see it calls a callback right here. And what does this callback does? Okay, this callbacks function with two arguments, that is null and data. Null for indicating that is no error. Okay, this null is indicating that is no error, and this data is indicating it contains the parsed weather information, like the JSON data is raw JSON data is received, it is parsed, and this data will generated right here. Then what happens if there is an error? So here till now we haven't got any error. We have handled the error successfully in this particular case. But if there is an error, then what it will do? The catch block handles the any kind of error that is happening right here. It handles the any error that occurs right here during the network request. Okay, during the network request, if any kind of error is coming right here, it calls the callback function with two arguments. If there is an error, it calls the callback function with two arguments. One is the error data. Okay, this error object containing the details about this error object contains the details about all the error that is happening in this particular request. Okay, all the error that is happening in this particular request. And since there is an error, if there is an error, there will be no data. No data will be faced from this network request link. So there no data is there, so this part is null. If it is successful, the error part is null, data is there. If it is not successful, there is a error part and this part is null. So then comes the calling the callback function part, that is the get weather. Okay, this part, this line calls the get weather function with the city name as London. Okay, with the city name as London. Okay, callback function with the city name as London and error. This will be null. Okay, this error will be null if the request was successful or the or an object or the error object or there is an error object, then the error will be represented. Okay, so if there is an error, it logs the console.log error, console.error, it logs the error. If there is no error, it will represent the weather in the following city is this weather data. All right, was the detailed explanation clear? This is the raw data. What I'll be doing is I'll be sharing you the code today. Okay, okay, with the what you need to do is you need to go through this, understand this code, execute it, and tell me what you got in the next class. Okay, what you got in the next class. I want a detailed explanation. What I'll do is I'm sharing this code right now in the chat. Okay, and also I'll be sharing with you in with the team or the portal or anywhere. Go through this code. Okay, sorry, I need to share using the paste pen or something like this. Okay, let me share with the paste pen or anything. Okay, at the end I will be sharing you the code. Okay, uh, and then we will see. All right, so again we use direct response.js to display it. If not, why? You can explain. Can we not use the direct? You Can't we use the direct response.js? We can see this. If you use the data, they come in the JSON format. Okay, if you use the JSON format data, that won't be like easily understandable by the uh, normal users, because they are like, let me show you an example. Raw JSON data format. Okay, let me show you an example how the raw JSON data looks like. And if you show those data to your audience, okay, most of them are unable will be unable to understand those data. Okay, so it will be very difficult for them. So for this, like, let's take example here, like raw JSON data. Okay, This is how it looks. This comes in this particular format. So here, in case if you say here, it will be name of in the weather app, the data will be something like this: city, okay, city, and London, okay, comma, weather, let's say, and something similar, temperature. This will be directly like 23, 30, 40 in Celsius or something like. Okay. If you send the user this raw data, they it won't be easily understandable by them. It is very difficult for them to understand this raw JSON data. Okay. Or like here in the name, age, education, phone number, this kind of data is not user friendly and is not understandable, okay, by the normal basic user. So that's why we need to parse this data and represent in a user understandable manner to gain the to get have a better user experience in the app. Okay, so this is why we are using. Okay, the today's document link I'll be sharing. Yeah. So, okay, you have one more question, I guess, response.json converting the utilization. Okay, you have a question like, what is the difference between uh, response.json and json.parse parameter? Okay, so let's understand that also. So this is very interesting part. What is the difference between response.json and json.parse? All right, so let me clear that doubt also. I think. uh, beauty self, your doubt is clear, and for the others, those who are having doubt in the JSON parts, let me clear that part also. All right, so let's say right two things. One is, okay, versus the what you're saying, this JSON dot parse response. Okay, I think this was your doubt. Okay, let me clear this doubt also. All right. So basically, the response dot uh, this response. Okay. Basically, let's start with the response dot JSON, the first part. Right. The response. This method belongs to the response object. Okay. That is obtained from the network request. The network request that is made by the fetch API. In this particular case, the network request that is made by the fetch API here. Okay. This From this, the response is obtained. Okay, the response object is obtained from this particular like request. So basically what we are doing right here, yeah, so basically it is specifically designed to handle the response body of a API call. Okay, here the response object is obtained from the network request, and basically response.json handles the response body of the API call, which is very often in the JSON format. Okay, but JSON.parse response. Okay, but this JSON.parse. If still this is not understandable, you can ask me again. I am ready to help you guys. Okay, so but then what is JSON.parse? So this is a general purpose JavaScript function. Okay, the JSON.parse is a general purpose JavaScript function. Okay, the basic attempt of it is to parse any string. Okay, JSON.parse will parse any string as JSON data. Okay, it doesn't have to be any specific context related to HTTP request or this asynchronous operation. It is nothing related to all this network request, HTTP request, or asynchronous request, network request like the response.json. Here, the response object is obtained from a network request from the fetch API in the response.json. But in the JSON.parse, it is a general function, general purpose JavaScript function. Okay. So, and there are a lot of like response.json is dealing with the JSON response body from an API call made with the fetch API. That is the main, and it is asynchronous response.json. It is safe and it is specially designed for this purpose only. And JSON.parse, only when we have a string and you know that is a valid JSON, there is a valid JSON data, and we need to parse it synchronously. That case it is used. And in some of the case we need to keep in mind of different kind of potential error, and this need to be handled efficiently while using json.parse. So basically, depending on different scenario, asynchronous, synchronous, uh, like json dot response dot json. Okay, this is async and this is synchronous. Okay, so this is also one of the differences. Okay, this is response.json is asynchronous. Okay, and json.parse is synchronous. All right, I think, is it clear right now? Those who are having doubt, many of you had doubt like Drex and Vandana, Giga. Yes, is your doubt clear right now? No, no, session will be complete. We'll be having the session till 8:30 today. Okay, the session is there. We will be have, so stay tuned. Do not leave the session. Okay, we'll be continuing till 8:30. All right. So is it clear? Are you able to understand the things correctly? Is it clear? All right. Then let's move to the next part of the topic. This execution, you need to complete this execution and show me in the next class. Or in case you are not, you're still facing difficulty, I will show you with the execution part. Okay. The next thing what we need to do is the current file system. Okay, I have given you the assignment of uh, we have completed the writing the file. Okay, yeah, I'll be sharing you the code. Okay, I'll be sharing with the code at the end of the session. Okay. Okay, so we have learned about the uh, following thing. Okay, let me give you a yeah, how to write a file we have completed. How to read a file, does anyone completed that assignment? Reading the file, sorry, reading the file we have done. Writing a file, writing to a particular file, does anyone complete, have anyone completed the assignment? Yes, no? All right, so let's what we'll do is we'll start with the project callback function. Where about? Yes, okay. All right, so let's move to the next and the very important chapters. We will be using a basic utility application. Okay, so let's do that. All right, so the next part is we will create a basic utility. We'll build a small utility application using the Node.js. Okay, all right, so let's do that. For that, what we need to do is what we will be building is the YouTube live chat app with Node.js. Okay, we'll build a YouTube live chat app, a basic app, not the higher version. We'll do a basic app live chat app using Node.js. Is it exciting? Is this project exciting? Yes, no? Are you ready for this project? Yes. So what this, if exciting, just write exciting in the chat. Okay. All right. So what we'll be doing in this project today, in this half an hour, we'll complete. Let's give you a quick overview. Okay. Project overview. So basically, this app will stimulate a simplified, a very simplified version of the YouTube live chat app. Okay. Where what you can do is you can join a chat. Okay. Few of the codes I will be sorry. You will join a chat room. You will send message to the chat. Okay. And what else we can do is see the messages from other participants. Okay. And that too in real time. Okay. So this is the basic overview of what exactly we are trying to do right now. So exciting. All right. So this is the overview, what exactly we will be doing right now. So let's directly jump into the following code. Okay. So basically, we will let's write the breakdown before starting. Excited. Okay. Excited. Few of them are excited. Okay. Others not excited. I can say 55 people, but only few excited. Are you not excited to build this YouTube chat app? Yes. No. So before doing this, okay, you need to know few of the things. Okay, let me break down, because directly jumping to the code is like a very bad habit. Let's create a breakdown of the app, exactly what we are building. Okay, exactly what we are building right now. So basically here we'll have a front end. Okay, front end, I hope most of you guys know. So here in the front end we will use HTML, which I assume you guys know, CSS, and JavaScript for the user interface. Okay, and next, then comes the backend part. In the backend of this particular application, what we will do is we will use the Node.js. Okay, we will here in the backend we will use the Node.js. Why we will need to know this? It will handle server side, so logic and real time communication. All right, so this is what exactly we need, and here we need help of few technologies or dependencies or technologies. Okay, so what technologies we will be using right now, this is very important before starting a project. Okay, so we need to will be using express.js, sorry, framework. Okay, we will use socket.io library for real-time communication. Okay, and few optional stuff you can further integrate, like YouTube data APIs and all the stuff. That is the optional stuff. Just basic thing what I am telling right now. Is it clear what exactly we are doing right now in the project part? This is what exactly we will be building right now in the project. Excited. So project. Okay. Yes. Let's get our hands dirty. All right. All right. Yes, JavaScript is also required. Okay. The step one. Okay. Don't forget the steps. Okay. For this particular project, in the step one, what we'll do, install the node. Okay. This installation is already completed. Install node. and npm we have covered in the previous class. I hope you guys know. I don't need to. And next code editor we have, and let's initialize the project. Okay, so for this what I can do is in day 2 let's create a folder, and why is it okay? I have written right here. Just give me a minute. Just give me a minute. Let me move it. All right. All right. So let's start with this particular. In this class, let's do a directory. Let's name it as YT chat. Okay. Now we have created a directory, and in this directory, let's open. And here, what I will do is npm. Let's initialize the project. Okay. We'll initialize. So initialize npm init. Okay. Initialize. And here during the initialization we have already done package name sin version 0.0.1, and description. This description, let's uh, put it this. Okay, live chat app. Then entry point index.js state okay, let's by es. Okay, so then we need to create a server for the backend. Okay, we need to create a server. We can see a package.json file is already, project is initialized, and package.json file is already created right here. And here we need to create one more file to create a server for the backend. So I'll just name it as server.js. Okay, so here we will be using Express. Okay, so what I will do is while writing the code, let me explain you in details also. So what I'll do is the network request project, the server part. Okay, let's create this server first. And while writing, I'll be explaining you the code line by line. Okay, so is Express a module in Node.js? Yes, I'll be telling what exactly is. Yes, so let's go with the first line. Okay, so server code const. Why I'm writing each line, I'll be explaining. So no need to worry. Express equals to require and express. All right, and then we need to create a constant to initialize. Press. Okay, so this two line. Let me explain you. App. Okay, then let me write it. Then I will explain. Okay, then const http equals to require. We need one more thing to create a server, that is sorry, I app equals to require http module. Okay, why to create server app. Okay. So this is just a simple, this is not the real life. This is just a simple app just for to make you understand the following topics. So here we need one more thing, that is the socket. About the technologies, no? The reason why we are using the socket.io library right here. Okay, socket.io http. Okay, let me explain you all this first in details. Okay, is express, yes, I am explaining. So here imports the, so basically in the line one, okay, in the line one it imports the const express equal to require express. Basically in this particular part it imports the express.js framework for building the web application. Here it is exporting the express.js. It is a framework for building the web application. Okay, we are using this framework for building the web application. We'll go in details about the express, no need to worry. Here the const app equal to express. Basically here we create a express application instance. Here what we are doing is we are creating a instance of a express application. Then comes the third part. Const http equals to require http and create server app. So basically here what it does, it creates a http server using the express app as its handler. It's using the express app handler, okay, in this following app, and then using that it creates a http server for us. We are writing the code for the server, so basically it is creating a server for us. Then const io require socket io http. So basically here we are initializing the socket io, and it is, and what is a socket io? It is a real time communication library, okay, on the created on the http server. Okay, it is a real time communication library on the created on the http server. Just for, since we are building a chat application, to create a real time communication, we need some library to create a real time communication. For that purpose we are using this socket io. Clear this particular part? Yes, no, yes, yes. Clear? What is the express library? Why we are using app equal to express? What is http equal to require http create server? Clear? Okay, very good. All right, so let's move to the next part, and I will also explain you line by line. Be patient. Then we are using app.use express dot static public. All right. So here this act as a route for static, like for serving different kind of static files. Here we are serving different kind of static files because we are using the static html page, we'll be using static css page and javascript file. So to handle all the static files of html, css and javascript, we are creating a route for this. Okay, we handle all the static files. So, or what you can say is, yes, basically it is that this line makes the public directory. What we have in the public directory, I will create a public directory also. It makes us accessible for serving the static files there of all the HTML, CSS, JavaScript to the client. Okay. Then comes the major next part of the code. Okay. Let's come to the next part. Here io, okay, io dot on, input output dot on for the chat communication. Here we'll handle the socket communication for the chat functionality. application for chat functionalities. So IO input out communication IO dot on, that will write here connection socket. Okay, no need to worry. I will explain console.log new user connected, a user connected, new user connected, or a user is connected. Okay. Then after that, socket dot on, here we'll have a join chat thing. Along here we need something that is called as the chat ID arrow function. No need to, and inside it we'll add the logic to join a chat room. So how we'll write the logic here. So socket dot join, and each chat is associated with a chat ID. So the chat ID. All right. So let me explain this particular code. This might be a bit complicated for few of you. No need to worry. I'll be explaining that part also. So basically, this is the IO dot on connection. Basically, this is a socket IO event handling is occurring right here. So basically, this block, okay, this particular block exactly listens to any new socket connection, like a user is joining, it listens to when a new user is joining but the particular chat, and when a user is connects. So when a user connects, a callback function with socket object is executed. Okay, a callback function when a new user is connected. Okay, when a new user is connected, a callback function socket is generated. Okay, a callback function socket is socket object is executed. So basically then we have written the code to join a chat, then the socket dot on join chat and chat ID. So this block basically listens to the join chat, listen for the join chat, and this event when is executed when the client, or executed by the client. Okay, when a users want to join to a specific room. Okay, let's say I want to join a specific room or specific chat with the chat ID this. So the callback receives the chat ID right here. The callback receives the chat ID as the argument. Okay, the callback receives the chat ID as the argument, and you'll all need to implement the logic to handle the chat room, such as storing the users in a data structure based on the chat ID or anything. Then the next connection is done with the respect of the chat ID. The next step is sending the message. So let's write the code for sending. No, just I am giving you a example of the project, and also I am explaining you line by line. Where you are facing difficulty, you just need to like where you guys are struggling, uh, jump to a backend complex to understand else explain simultaneously. Yes, I am explaining line by line, Abhishek. Still any part you are this is a communication library. Okay, this socket.io is a communication library for the real-time communication created on the HTTP server only. Okay, all right. If it is difficult for you to understand, Abhishek, right now because I'm going line by line because most of you are the newcomers. For them, I'm going line by line. Okay, so that it will be clear for you to understand. Okay, after the class, go through the code again. I will. I'm sure you guys will be able to understand again. Just go through it once again. What I'm explaining, what exactly it is, you guys will be. So it will handle the communication or chat functionalities we are doing. Then the socket on code is there, and someone joined the chat. All right. So the next part is to sending the message. So here socket dot on. The next part is send. What we can do is let me write. I'm starting with the backend first, then I will go to the front end part. Okay, don't need to worry. Then after this code, I will write you the front end part. So here socket on send message right here, and let's not include only the message. Okay, right. And send message. Okay, don't need to worry. I'll be explaining this. Okay. So here socket dot join chat ID. Let me write it and I will explain. Mm, sorry, join chat, send a message. Sorry, this is wrong. We have already joined here. We need to work on the message. So io dot to stay there because also we'll be doing the front end part. Chat ID message dot chat ID dot emit new message. It will emit the new message along with the CGE. Then socket dot on disconnect. I'm just writing it quickly so that by the end of, but don't worry, I will explain each and everything in details so that for the newcomers it will be very easy for you. Console dot log. This is for the disconnection. Okay. A user disconnected. This is for handling the if a person is leaving the chat. Okay. Then comes to the start of the server. The server also need to start. So start a server http dot listen. Okay, before writing this, let me explain what I have written till now. This part, send message and disconnect. Let me explain that part. All right. All right. Socket on dot send or socket on send message. I'll be explaining you this two part. Okay. So this part, this block listens to the send message event. When a send message event is triggered, emitted by the client, when a user it is emitted when the user sent a message. Okay. Then the callback receives the message as the argument. Under the bracket, we have a message right here that the is received as a argument. The message when this event is triggered will receive this message as the argument. Okay. Then you will implement a logic to broadcast this message to all the participant in the following chat room. Here we have a chat room. If someone sent a message, it is broadcasted in the chat YouTube chat list. Similarly, this io.to message ID will emit this does the work. This means that sending a message object to all the socket connected to same ID. That means here what exactly we are trying to do is we are in the chat room of Let's Upgrade day 2 node classroom. Okay, so basically that is the chat ID. So when a user is sends a message, this message will be broadcasted to all the users that are present in that particular chat room. Let's say we are currently in the chat room of Let's Upgrade day 2. There this message will be broadcasted to all the user. Like, let's say here we have in this chat room we have Abhishek, and Abhishek message is broadcasted to all. Okay, you have doubts on what does io.on do. Okay, and okay, let me explain. All right. So this is very easy. Let me explain you what does here the io.on do and socket does on do. All right. Both are used to handle the events in the Node.js application. Both of the things. io.on belongs to the socket.io library, and it is used in the server side. Okay, io.an is used in the server side. It listens to all the global events emitted by the server. If the like send message, receive, in our context, send message, join chat, all the global but io.on receives to the global events emitted by the server or by all the connected clients. So basically it is initialized when a client connects. Okay, when a connection is done, it is initialized. It is used to handle the global events like connection, disconnection, like io.on connect. Okay, io.on disconnect. Okay, here in those particular case, you can use for the connection io.on connection, and even in the disconnection part mostly you can use it. Okay, and also broadcasting message also io.emit we use to broadcast. Socket.on, socket.io, it belongs to the client side. Okay, it is used on the client side within the connected socket object. So basically event emitted by the other client or the server, specifically it listens to that. Basically for uh, let's give you in particular with the scope io.on works on server side or the global thing. Socket.io works on the client side specific to the connected socket. Here the connected socket to this particular case, socket.io for the client side. So here in io.on server, who is the emitter? Because io.on emitter is server or any connected client that emits a particular event. io.on is responsible for listening, but socket.io is for any other clients or the server. Okay, basically for server side, what you can say understand is for server side event handling we use io.on. For the client side event handling and interaction within the client, we use socket.on. Okay, in short. Okay, clear? Is it clear about socket, the state of rice? Okay, so most of the like backend code is almost done. We are left with the starting of the server. So let's complete that. HTTP dot listen at port 3000. Okay, port 3000 will listen arrow function console dot log. Here server, once the server is listening, once the server start, will say is server is listening on the port 3000. So basically what is this particular code? So in this particular code, here once the server start, the line start, this line will start the HTTP server. Basically, this line will start the HTTP server at port 3000 and logs the message when it is listening. Okay, clear and simple as that. Then we are done with the backend part. Okay, so are you done with the backend part? We'll move to the front end part. Shall we start the front end part now? Yes, just work again, rewrite this, work, listen what I have explained line by line. Where you have doubt, just ask me. Exactly. Yeah. You can create, you can tweak it and do. All right. Yes, multiple port will also come to that particular part. Let's jump to the front end part. Let's quickly jump to the front end part. YT chat. In the YT chat, let's create a public folder. Folder name as public. And in this public folder is for HTML, CSS, and JavaScript file. Here we'll build the in this particular step we'll build the HTML interface for the user to join and send message. We will use the JavaScript and socket.io client library to connect to the server and handle all the real-time interactions. So let's do that. Let's build a HTML file right here and index of HTML, right? And here let's start with this. Let's start with the title and join the YouTube chat for YouTube chat. Bus. That's it. And here, I think you are aware of the title basic of HTML. Write a h1 tag, join the chat, and the next will write input and type is text. And okay, let the type be text. Let's give a ID, and this will be the chat ID. Okay, chat hyphen ID, and in the placeholder what we can put is enter chat ID for now. Okay, open in live server. Okay, so once I will once let me complete it, I will show you. Okay, you anyone doing along with me, it's better. Then let's add a button. I don't need on click thing right now. ID, and this will be a join button. We'll write HTML, CSS, everything. Okay, join button. This button is to join the chat. Okay, then we will add a div with the ID as message. Okay, and then here we'll have all the message. Then we'll add a input field, a type as text. Okay, and let's give it a ID as something. Can I have like since yesterday we finished yearly, can I have your more like 5 to 10 minutes so that this 10 minutes so that this you can see the whole front end part being developed. 10 minutes, is it possible for you? Yeah, there is a continuation to, but I need more 10 minutes. Can I have your permission? Why chat ID? You will enter the chat room with the chat ID provided. Accordingly, we'll enter the chat room. That's why. All right, I got one yes. Okay, two yes. Okay, yes. Okay, thank you for giving your permission. Uh, let me do it first. I will write the HTTP code. Sorry, HTML code. You guys complete the CSS part. Okay. So one is for the input type text and message, and ID will be messages for this message input. This ID, use this ID in the CSS part and the handling. And let's also add one more thing, that is a placeholder, which will have a send a message or type a message, anything you can write. Then we'll have a button for sending the message, and let's add a ID to it. Just use those ID. I'm helping you with the ID, relevant ID, so that then we'll add a script tag. Okay. This part I will tell you. Script tag. Socket.io socket.io.js. This part we will, sorry, src socket.io.js, and we need a script. This part we haven't written code about it, so don't get confused. We'll come to this part, script.js. Okay, so this part we will come later. So is it clear till this particular part? So let's see how this page looks. Basically a very basic version. Just give me a minute. Let me share the screen. A basic uh, part. Okay. You can see you can write a CSS code for this. Okay. So we'll continue this in the next class. Okay. So is it clear till this part? Because class and ID are different stuff, because these are not cumulative thing. We have specific instances. Class ID is unique for single thing. We do not need to create multiple send buttons, so that's why I'm using ID. If you want, you can use class name, that is fine. But so the basic version of our app is developed, right? Your assignment is, I'll be sharing you the right. Take a screenshot of the page. Okay, take a screenshot of the page. Okay, write a CSS code for this particular page and share your link. Let's see who designs the most exciting page for today. Let's see who designed the most exciting for page for today. Okay, so build a exciting cool chat page for this particular thing. Okay, and let's see all the messages and how it's working in the next class. Okay, so thank you for joining in. Thank you for giving me your uh, 5 minutes. Enroll in the upcoming workshop. There is a workshop for prompt engineering. It's a 3-hour course, and don't forget to give your attendance. Okay, that's it for today. I'll be sharing you the file. Okay, where the file and this file. Okay, I'll be sharing with the team. The team will be sharing with you guys. So that's it for today. See you in the next class. I'll share the HTML file. Yeah, sure. Good night.